I'm gonna start here in a view of GTM Studio. What GTM Studio does for us and does for our customer base is it gives them the ability to bring first-party and third-party data together to build unique audiences and then to execute on those audiences. This is a group of companies that we've built, an audience effectively that we've built that looks at companies that are coming up for renewal in Q2. Okay, that's first-party data, right? Today in ZoomInfo, you can't go in and find companies that are going up for renewal in Q2. So number one, first-party data is coming in. But then we took it a step further. So we don't just want to know companies that are coming up for renewal in Q2. We want to know the companies that are coming up for renewal in Q2 where somebody who was part of the buying process when we sold them has left. That flags risk for us. If you're an account manager or a CSM, this is an incredibly important signal. Someone who was part of the buying process left. So we went in and we said, show me all of the people who have left in the last year since we did the contract who were part of the buying process. So now we see this column here tells us they were a buyer in the process. We're like, okay, great, but what do we do about this? Who else in the buying group exists at the company who's never engaged with us? That column by itself is first and third party data, right? We're saying number one, who's in the buying group? Here are all the people. And then number two, we're saying in that buying group, who hasn't engaged with us, who hasn't been on a call with us, who hasn't been on an email with us, who didn't sign the DocuSign. That one column is first and third party data together. So now I've got really unique data, a really unique audience that I built. And then I've used AI here to say, go write me an email that I can use to these people based on their title, who they are, what they do in that organization, that I can go execute an email campaign or a call campaign against them. And so row by row, we have created personal messaging to each of these different people in these companies. Again, what did we do here? We used first and third party data and then AI to create a very custom message to these people. Let's talk more about first party data. If I want to give the seller context about what's happening in that account, I want to leverage my first party data. How do I do that? For ZoomInfo, you're going to want to know, what do they spend with us? We're going to want to know product data. So this is CRM data. Now we want to know product data. How many seats have they purchased? We can bring now product data directly in from Snowflake into Studio or Databricks. We want to know if they bought Copilot. We're going to go another step further. Now I want to know, are these customers hiring salespeople? This is a great signal for us. And how many salespeople are they hiring? 4, 77, 57, 162. Those are open sales roles in the business. If you're hiring for salespeople, you're trying to drive growth, you want to get as much out of those new salespeople that you're hiring. And then we brought in signals around competitive research. Are any of these companies researching our competitors? Another third-party signal. And so you can see the power of this. It's just a list that wasn't able to be created, an audience that you couldn't engage on unless you had 20 data engineers and an IT project that would take you a quarter to make. Today, you can set this up in 30 minutes and have a really unique audience to execute on. But then you've got to execute on it. And what is landing the most for our customers is when we tell them, great, you've built this great audience. Now what are you going to do? And what do they do usually? They pump that data into Salesforce. Maybe they put it in an Excel spreadsheet and they tell their sellers, like, go do this thing. That doesn't work very well. And execution is where this all breaks down. That is why we built these views in GTM Workspace. And so GTM Workspace, now that I've built that in Studio, I can activate in GTM Workspace. So now that I've built this unique audience, I've built the talking points, I've given you the context, now I want my sellers to engage in it. So when I come into this views, I can see that same sort of view here. And if I come down, these are the same companies that are there. We wrote this message. I'm going to click that message, and then I'm going to get this specific message. Want to reach out. Brand is already using ZoomInfo and knows that they're a customer. He knows that he's in marketing. As you're building out marketing programs, I thought we'd connect about this. Many marketers in cybersecurity are using ZoomInfo to personalize outreach at scale, target accounts that have active buying signals. And then we use something really specific, especially valuable when you're competing for attention in a crowded intelligence space. And we ask for the meeting. We are creating these very specific talk tracks and emails that give our customers a place to actually execute against this. There are a ton of upgrades coming to Workspace, coming to Studio. Effectively, our sole focus here at ZoomInfo is to bring these two incredibly innovative products to market.